everybody, welcome back to Growing with Papaj. I'm inside because I don't know if it's tree frogs, something out there is making a lot of noise, so I'm choosing to do it inside today. I'm going to be going over my current setup for how to make a pizza on the big green egg. When filling the egg, make sure you put enough in there to handle the high temps, but don't overfill it like you're going to be doing a 20-hour, 24-hour low and slow cook. You want to make sure you have good airflow, so make sure all the holes around the side are cleaned out, nothing clogged, because you want nice airflow, gives you nice heat. I cook my pizzas in the range of 550, but probably more up in that 650. I don't even care if it gets up to 700. I'm watching it closely because these things cook very fast, and if you're inside making your next pizza and you forget how long it took, the last thing you want is to burn a pizza. Once the temperature starts rising on the egg, I'll start to put in my Woo, ceramics, and adjustable rack. Always burp it. So with this setup, remember, we've got a Woo with a plate setter getting a stone deep in the egg. I got my normal grate, and then on top of it, the ceramic grill store adjustable rack, and I'm gonna put a second stone. I don't always use the second stone. It comes out perfectly fine if you put it right on the grate. I now have to let this come up to temperature and truly reach temperature on this stone up top. Being high in the dome allows me to get reflective heat from the dome onto the top, helps melt the cheese and cook those toppings real nice. Something to remember, always know what your last cook was when you're doing a pizza, and for almost any cook. If I had just done a real greasy pork butt and I was getting a lot of grease dripping down and the egg was maybe a little bit greasier than normal, I'd let it warm up extra long to burn off any of that grease. The last thing you want is your pizza tasting kind of smoky. I know you're cooking it on the egg, but a heavy smoked pizza isn't something most people really like. I'm gonna set a 10-minute timer to remind me to come out and check the temperature, just so that temperature doesn't rise too quick and wrap all the way around and go past my goal temperature of around 600, 650. I'm happy if it's anywhere between 550 and 700, but you gotta make sure you're watching it. Give it time. While it's doing that, we'll go work on the pizzas. What do we do on the dough side? So I like my dough to sit out and come to room temperature. If it's too cold, I find it's very hard to stretch it out and get it to the shape that I want. For my toppings, I cook my toppings in advance. Even my peppers, my onions, I like to cook them in advance. A great topping is leftovers, whatever you cooked on the egg last night. Today's pizza will have a mix of toppings, but it's gonna have chicken that I cooked last night. The chicken was great. It's gonna even be better on the pizza. So I'm gonna put a little flour down. Went to a local bakery and got my dough. Break it in half. Like I say, I like to get it a little floured up. I find it easier to handle. Don't want to over flour it. Get it floured up and then start working it. Still a little cold. Probably let it sit out a little bit. Get a little bit more up to room temperature so it's easier to, you just want it a little bit easier to manage. So I got my onions and peppers all done. I got my basil, my chicken. We got our pizza sauce. I'll get some cheese out, get that all ready to go. There goes the timer. Gotta run out and check the egg again. Both vents are wide open. It's been about 20 minutes and we're sitting around 4:30. We're gonna watch this really close. We should be done. I'm gonna come back out another 5 minutes and see where it is. I put a little cornmeal down, just a little. Now remember, I floured my pizza dough so it shouldn't stick, and the cornmeal is my extra insurance. Carefully place it down there. When it comes to this step, do whatever you like. I'm not here to tell you I know the best way to make a pizza. Figure out what you like as your toppings. Experiment a little. Don't forget trying those leftovers. I have a dairy allergy, so I always go for the goat cheese. I think it tastes amazing on pizza. Good creamy texture to it. It doesn't melt like a mozzarella, but it's still very good. I'll put my chicken on there. Now, my favorite, peppers and onions. A couple basil leaves. And we are ready to go out on there. We'll make sure it's hot enough before we put it on. Remember, I floured my dough just a little bit and I put the cornmeal underneath it. So as I shake it, this is not sticking at all. It comes right off. I know a lot of people use parchment paper. That works for them. This system's been working for me and I'm gonna keep going this way. Make sure if you use parchment paper, make sure you don't use waxed paper. Not the same thing. Okay, temperature's looking good. We're just under 600 degrees. This is where you really got to watch it. That temperature will climb very fast. Also, when you're opening this, do not forget to burp it. It likes to flare up. So here we go. Oh yeah, it's hot. Pizza number 1 is on. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna set a timer for 3 minutes. Check it in 3 minutes. So it's been about 3 minutes. Watch the flare up. Cooking fast. So I'm gonna take my pizza peel, get underneath the edge and rotate it around just a little. I'm gonna have my top ready because I don't want that thing to get higher than 600 today. While it was cooking, I prepared a second pizza, one for my wife. Remember, burp the egg. I think we're looking good. Pizza number 1 done. Pizza number 2 ready to go on. I usually cut my pizza right on my countertop. This is a handy little tool. Makes it easy for cutting. Crust sounded nice and crunchy. Yep, done nice, not burned. Nice pizza. Hope you enjoy this. Just remember a couple things. When cooking your pizza, I use my extra large. I have an adjustable rack for that, and I like to get my pizza high in the dome. So that's why I usually grab that one first. I've done it in a large, and I cook it lower. It does a great job as well. The key is to make sure your stones are to temperature. You can't put it on when the dome looks like it's hot enough, but your stone is not hot enough. Make sure you get that stone nice and hot. Always burp your egg. You don't want to flash up. Trust me, I've lost eyelashes, eyebrows, front of my hair. Just be safe when you're doing that. You're working at very high temperatures. Make sure your dough is as close to room temperature as you can. It makes it so much easier when you're trying to work your dough into the shape that you're looking for. I go for smaller personal sized pizzas and make a bunch of those with different toppings, keep everybody happy. I cook my toppings in advance. I just like the way they finish a little bit better. I hope you enjoyed this. Give it a try. Comment, let me know what you think. You might have a better way of doing something. Let me know. I'm always learning. Enjoy it. Thanks for watching Growing with Papa J. See you soon.